So in this week, we learned about active learning strategies like think, pair, share, and peer instructions. We looked into how peer instruction could be able to help our students to participate in classroom discussions and also be able to clear doubts with their peers. And now this would help build students' engagement and make them be able to go beyond what they are learning, but also beyond taking notes in the classroom. Now that you know how to apply active learning strategies like think, pair, share, or peer instructions, we can also conduct peer instruction sessions using online tools. Now, Mentimeter is one of such tools that is available online freely, which you can be able to allow you conduct peer sessions in your classroom, including things like polls, quizzes, voting, where everyone has an equal chance to participate in the learning process. Now, I'm going to explain how best Mentimeter can be used to conduct such peer instruction sessions in your classroom.
Mentimeter is an online tool that can be used on all devices, including smartphones and computers. So teachers have to be able to register into Mentimeter.com, where they have to write their questions, and students have to give responses using Menti.com. Now, to get started, first of all, you have to create an account if you do not have any account. So click on Get Started so that you get to enter your details, email, password, and your first and last name. Or if you have an account, click on Login, and then enter your username and password. Once you're logged in, this is the page that will come up. So click on New Presentation, then enter the name of the presentation. You say this is chemistry PI question, then click on Create Presentation. So now this empty slide will be opening up. You have the different options of questions that you can be able to set, but for peer instruction, the most common type of questions will be the multiple choice type of questions. So first of all, as a teacher, you have to write a question to your students, ask your students a question. So click on multiple choice. So clicking on multiple choice, you have options to be able to type your question in, then give the options. Let me say I want to type a question on chemistry, one of the questions in PI. So this is my question. Now I give the options as the first one is to be acidic, the second one to be basic, and then the third one to be neutral. Now what I do, you have an option to add more options. So now I see the questions being set here. What I have to do, I have to share with my students this code here that will be able to enter into the Menti.com, which they will open from their devices. So you tell your students to go to Menti.com from their smartphones, tablets, or from their computers and type in this pin code and this code here. So then what I have to do is click on Present and then let my students be able to type this 32, 35, 95, 32, 32, 35, 95, and then let them submit. Once they submit, they'll be able to see the question and the choices. So each student has to make his or her own choice. So when they click on any of the choices here and submit the responses, I'll be able to get the answers as you see. This is how the responses will be displayed on your screen, depending on the answers given by your students. And the number of students participating in this activity will be shown on the bottom right corner of your display. Now that you get the responses from the students, they have made their votes. You can be able to tell them to pair up two students per one device, and then discuss among themselves, and then be able to re-vote again. Once your students have discussed in pairs, allow them to go to Menti.com again, then type in the same pin code again, so 32, 35, 95, and then let them submit so that the question will open up, and then let them select the choice of the answers again. So now let's say we select submit, acidic, then submit. So now the students have voted. You should be able to see the results coming up like this. So the moment you do it again, you'll be able to see the variation in terms of the answers that come up, and then you could be able to trigger a class discussion to see what is the misconception that your students are having when they're answering certain type of questions. Now you could also be able to show your answer in terms of bars like this, or in terms of donut in this shape, or in terms of a pie chart. And in this case, you could also be able to show your results in terms of percentage as well. So you see the percentage will be coming up. but you could also allow yourself to be able to show the correct response later. And then you could also be able to allow the audience to vote for more than one option. So you could be able to select one or two answers in the same answer. So you could be able to select this one. So once you are done, present your work, and then be able to wait from the responses of your students. This will be changing up. And then you could be able to trigger your discussion with your students. That's how Mentimeter can be used in the PI instruction strategy. Thank you.